General Jaruzelski, army chief, premier, and Communist Party leader, becomes head of a military regime. He uses the Polish army rather than risk invasion by his Warsaw Pact allies. Communications are cut, thousands interned. The winter is yours, but spring will be ours, vow those Solidarity activists who escaped detention and went into the underground. Spring comes, but it too belongs to the regime. Acts intended as peaceful protest bring swift and violent action by the police. CBS News, Warsaw.
Szanowni Państwo, 30 years ago, the birth of the 10 million strong Solidarity movement showed that the Poles can take matters into their own hands. The exhibition entitled Human Solidarity, Polish Solidarnosc, remains rise of the Polish nation, which gave new meaning to the word solidarity, a meaning that was never used before.
I tam powstała Solidarność. Ta wielka Solidarność tam się zaczęła, na tej sali sądowej.
And that's where the solidarity started. That's where it happened in this courtroom, in this court in 1976.
Ten akt pomocy, na początku traktowany nieufnie, okazał się niesłychanie potrzebny pomocy prawnej, ludzkiej, finansowej, każdego rodzaju.
This act of assistance from our side, this act of human assistance turned out to be very significant and very important and helpful for those people.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to follow such an esteemed hero of solidarity and a legend, Mr. Henryk Wujec. I'm honored. Let me tell you how these things looked like back in August 1980 in other cities other than Gdansk. We all know about Lech Walesa and Anna Walentynowicz. We all know this story. But what's important is that at the end of August of 1980, the strikes spread all over Poland to all major cities. And if you could imagine, throughout the whole country, in about 6 or 7 weeks, 10,000 members were organized with ID cards and dues and everything else. It was an unbelievable effort. What it led to, later on, it led to the first official and independent elections in the Eastern Bloc, which were held in June of 1981. These were the regional Solidarity elections, and this is one of those ID cards from those elections in Wrocław. Later on, this led to the first National Congress of Solidarity in September and October of 1981. I happened to be one of the delegates for that Congress, and again, this is my ID card from those days, signed by Lech Walesa. And again, the first Congress was really the first nationwide effort, the first nationwide free election held since 1939 in Poland and basically throughout the whole Eastern Bloc. At that point, Lech Walesa was officially elected as a president or chairman of Solidarity.
I'm David Andelman. I'm president of the Overseas Press Club, and at the time we're here to commemorate, I was successively a New York Times and a CBS News correspondent. We've assembled here tonight 24 members of the Western Press Corps who told the world about the events and the arrival of a democratic spirit to a nation that had been for so many decades, 4.5 decades, I guess, into the boot heel of communism, Soviet communism. And we've seen what it looked like on the screens of the United States, thanks to Bert Quint and 6 of his colleagues from CBS who are here tonight. Those responsible for getting those images from Warsaw to New York and on the air, producers Richard Cohen and Susie Allen, over here on the left, foreign editor Peter Larkin, my foreign editor, actually. Dan Rather did stop by. Sandy Sokolow, the producer of the executive producer of the CBS Evening News, with Walter Cronkite and with Dan Rather. And I'd like to present now to you, Madam Consul, the script of the CBS Evening News from the night of November 26, 1980. Sandy Sokolow decided to put Poland on as the lead story that night. And the man sitting there in the second row, Sandy Polster, with his wife Ria, is the one who wrote the script, at least the part of it that had to do with Warsaw. It was a Bert Quint piece that opened it, followed by Gordon Josloff from Moscow, and Diane Sawyer from the State Department. And I happened to have been sitting in the fishbowl that night. The fishbowl was the production center of the evening news with Sokolow when this show went on the air.
Thank you very much. It's very important. Thank you, David.